training shirtless, and he said that almost to make me envious, and indeed I was. And the Aberdeen team, in fact, is playing extremely well now. Since they lost that league game to Rangers 16 weeks ago, they've only lost one league game, and that was to Celtic at home, losing only 8 goals in the process. And Alec McLeish, when he was out in Spain, and Torrey Molinas celebrated his 24th birthday, and the very benevolent Aberdeen players took him and threw him into the pool. As you can see, he can swim. Well, Rangers, when they were last at Pittodrie, chalked up a win, a 2-1 win, and they were playing extremely well. They played in front of a crowd of 20,300, many of whom were Rangers supporters. It isn't such a big support today, which largely reflects their fortunes in the league, but there's no doubt a man will remember that day particularly well. Robert Fritz, the Swedish internationalist who played in a European Cup final, who scored with a brilliant header from a Dave McKinnon cross. And this little man, who resides in a Glasgow hotel in his domicile in Glasgow, will, I'm sure, be wanting to repeat that this afternoon. The referee today is Kenny Hope. Derek Johnson starts the game. An incredible afternoon. I cannot remember such a perfect day in Aberdeen in January before. It's almost like spring out there. Aberdeen seem to have brought back, well, at least a little of the Spanish weather with them. Hoisted high and brilliantly brought down there by McGhee. The man number 10 there who flicked that ball back is Ali Dawson. Ali Dawson, who was Rangers captain 2 seasons ago, lifted the Scottish Cup above his head, who's been in and out of the Rangers team and will be desperately anxious to assert himself today. Well, Weir, I think, took on too many. He did have players inside him. He could have parted with the ball. Aberdeen get the free kick. That's Weir. Very neatly back, and I'll tell you what, that was a very intelligent move by Aberdeen, because it was meant to go to the heart of the penalty area and to be pushed back by one of the oncoming defenders, and there he was, Doug Rougvie. But this is Fritz. He may lash out at it, he does, or at least he tries. Header, very effective. Oh, McGhee brilliantly and brought down by Redcliffe. Superb turning by Mark McGhee. If you are up against a tight defence, then that is perhaps the only quality when you're facing a goal that will get you out, and he did it. No question about that, but he was brought down blatantly. And Redford is booked. Almost 10 minutes gone, the free kick to Aberdeen. Weir is there as a strike, and that's Weir, and it's too low. McLeish right above Kennedy. That's McLeish. Kennedy. Well, Black almost got away with that little feint and then drive down the right. Strachan. Ali Dawson keeping his eye on the ball. Kennedy comes up. It's an up and under. McClellan is right underneath it. Well, McGhee does very well indeed. Driven in by Rougvie. Perhaps the cutback was a trifle too strong. And he did it textbook style, get to the line, cut it back. but the drive back was a bit too hard, and Rougvie could only prod at it. Well, that's a chance off the line. Robert Fritz. Miller goes down, and Rangers still on the ball, and that is now with McKinnon. And that should go back to the goalkeeper, and let's have a look at how the little Swede who scored with a header the last time he was here found himself on the line. Sometimes you say players have no right to be there. It isn't written in the book, but he was there when that went in, and that would have been a goal if he had not got behind it. Head and all, clearly off the line. And I think the Pittodrie Aberdeen fans are beginning to see that Fritz loves Pittodrie. Well, it's 1 against 3 there, Kennedy, and he hasn't been really shaping all that well against McLeish. Fritz having a very good game for Rangers indeed. This is Bett. That's a brilliant ball by Bett. Dawson. No, he couldn't take Miller on. I think Ali Dawson would have liked somebody on either side of him there for a 1-2. The support was not forthcoming. Oh, that's high. Very careless. Willie Miller, highly indignant, quickly taken. Strachan, of whom we've seen precious little with 15 minutes gone. McGhee, we have seen a little bit of. Oh, it's a brilliant run by McGhee. If he can make himself laugh, then I hope he can pardon me. I mean, he really did get all fangled up. It deceived everybody, but Aberdeen nevertheless got a corner kick. Aberdeen and Pittodrie really packed now. Well, that's a good backhander, it must be. Is it over? There's a bit of pushing and a brilliant header again, and Rangers just survived. And I think that was a dual effort to keep that ball out. I mean, really superbly, they went touch back and the header down, and eventually it was Peter McCoy who got behind it. Cooper, who switched wings now with Fritz. Bett. McKinnon just recovered from injury. Cooper's there, he's onside. Kennedy, lovely little touch. Ball not effective, and I think it had to be given a little bit loft there. And Rangers linking very well. Johnson nowhere near that, but McLeish gets to it. There's a corner kick. As well. McClelland is in, and Kennedy just off it. Loud appeals from the Aberdeen players that there have been hands there, but neither the referee nor the linesman agreed with that, and Kennedy did have a distinct chance as that ball came right across him. It was very awkward for him, but he did his best. Away goes Strachan. First positive run we've had from the little man. Here is Weir. McKinnon crouches. Oh, it's a good-looking ball, I suppose. Black again, he's over. Eric Black. A superb piece of play. Let's take it all the way back to Gordon Strachan. And that quick probe, the long high ball, and that intelligent ball inside there by Weir. A superb header. McCloy knew nothing about it, and the youngster Eric Black getting his second chance on the turn, much more difficult, and it's shaved away. Almost deceived Miller, and an awkward challenge by Kennedy. Free kick. Willie Miller doesn't like it at all. Black. McLeish. On the outside. Strachan. Did that extremely well. That's a long one again. McLeish. We are screaming for it. Strachan. Kennedy could only get his head to it. I suspect that it was a shout from the back as McClellan went for that. We're midway through the first half, there's no scoring. Aberdeen have been nearest it so far. And they get the corner kick. So we'll have the Peter Weir left foot on this again, driving it in, and there were three Aberdeen players rushing forward, and I think a bit of confusion there between Eric Black and McLeish. Now I suspect it was indecision. I think they both realised they might have got to that. Throw to Aberdeen. And being pulled down. Well, Robert Pritz, I think, complaining about the last decision. May well be that he's going to be... Oh, I like that. Well, maybe he thought Robert couldn't speak English. Here's Strachan. Redford doing the clearing, but not all that well. Kennedy. It's an awkward one, and Pritz is in again, and I think there's offside. Let's have a look at that, by the way. It's very rarely do you see a referee try to defuse a situation by reaching out the hand of friendship quite as benevolently as that, but there it was. It soothed Mr. Pritz down. Quickly down the outside. McGhee. Good tackling by Redford. Redford in the left bank position with Dawson just in front of him. Strachan takes all the time in the world. Billy Miller. Forward he goes, there's no offside. It's a great chance, that's Weir. And a bit of a push, I would have thought. Loud appeals for a penalty kick. It looked a bit like it to me, I must confess. The ball came across there, and the Aberdeen player went in. The referee judged that was not a penalty kick. Play goes on. Now McGhee just gets away. Redford had committed himself from the back. Aberdeen got the corner kick. Peter Weir again. Derek Johnson back. Kennedy. It's no offside. Rougvie goes in. He's done it. Minutes gone, and the big defender with Rangers exposed, coming forward, trying to catch Aberdeen offside, and Rougvie clearly was onside. He stepped forward, and that is not an easy ball to take, and that was the produce of skill, not luck. 1-0. Dawson tries to go in, and that's an awkward ball for Leighton. Cooper. That nice touch inside. 1 minute to half-time. Oh, that needed a touch. I mean, that actually was Bet at his best. Derek Johnston. Kennedy flanks it very well indeed. Pritz with it and away to the side. Now, I want to take you back to that move by Bet, as he went to the penalty area, he was playing as a kind of fulcrum and he didn't get it. And sometimes I think he suffers frustration. And there goes the half-time whistle, the score 1-0. That goal scored by Rougvie, but even before then, they had some efforts, there's absolutely no question about that. Brilliant play and a great bell header saved by McCloy. And then that black header right off the woodwork. And set the Rangers under pressure. And eventually Rougvie catching the Rangers defence as he came in from the back. And very coolly, with consummate skill, finishing that off. And Aberdeen deserving of that one-goal lead. Well, there may be only one goal in it, but judging by the last 20 minutes in particular of the first half, Aberdeen have a very strong grip of this game. Young Andrew Kennedy has been given a role up front, almost an individual one, against an extremely competent Aberdeen defence that has really made no impact. But Rangers obviously hoping for the break, which has not yet come for them, and Aberdeen coming forward in increasing numbers. Looked very impressive in the latter part of that first half. Oh, it's a lovely touch off and a bit unfortunate for Cooper. Well, I didn't see him touch anybody. Well, that's most unusual. I really didn't see him being quelled by anybody. He just simply lost his balance. McCloy committed himself. Bet comes in hard now. Cooper's not there. Strachan going through. Brilliant play by Strachan. Referee waves play on, and at last an electrifying burst from the little man. When you watch him play, you feel it's got to happen sometime. He gave us it there. Head down over the ball. He saw the gap. He went for it. I think he played it a bit too far in front of him eventually. Rougvie wants to go forward. There's Bell. It's all very tight there, Strachan. Brilliant ball by Strachan. Weir. Fritz is there. Weir with him. Fritz winning. The pressure is still on. Black is still down there, but Dougie Bell plays on. Weir curls it in. Stevens behind it. There is Bet. Rougvie will let fly. He does! One of the best games I've seen Doug Rougvie have. Not only has he been extremely strong in defence, which you would expect, but he has been coming forward. He has the appetite to get up into that penalty area. And that was a well-controlled shot. Strachan took it brilliantly again. That's a very good ball. If McGhee gets his head down, he might just get there. He doesn't, though. McClellan once again, and Strachan went down. I think he strained the back of the, I think it's a hamstring. Well, Bell waited for McGhee to come across for that. Now, Ali Dawson. Here's Bet. Took his eye off it, and Gordon Strachan is in pain. Well, this is a man who doesn't lie down easily, I can tell you. Well, it looks to me as if that is it for Gordon Strachan, and that is a blow to Aberdeen. He does appear to have a hamstring injury, and Simpson is on in place of Strachan. Neil Simpson. Kennedy. First time he's had a run today, and away he goes. And there's always that auxiliary player for Aberdeen. The youngster has no support. I think the very fact the Rangers have been hemmed down for a lot of the second half has meant that it's not been quite the same spectacle. Fritz, Kennedy, McLeish goes with him. Plays it out very well indeed, and that was a late one. And Fritz curving it away. There was a late tackle on Kennedy, but Fritz didn't bother about it. He looked up and it almost deceived Leighton. So we'll have the corner kick, and the man who fired in the shot in the first place, Robert Fritz, will take it. 20 minutes of the second half gone. It's a bad one. Fritz again. Better that time. There's a great header. Oh, superb save. That right out of the top drawer. That an amazing move there by Ali Dawson. And that incredible reflexive save there by the goalkeeper, Jim Leighton. That is brilliant. I doubt if there's any other keeper in Great Britain who can bring them off like that. Bet. Johnston. There's Kennedy trying to get it to Johnson again. He's well covered though. Every now and again Rangers have been able to get behind the defence, but by and large have been well. There's a brilliant shot and save. Simpson it was this time. Oh yes, Neil Simpson. And let's hand it to the Rangers veteran goalkeeper, Peter McCloy. He's a big man, 6'3", and he got away down to the side very quickly. Awkward for a big man, and we've seen goalkeeping of the highest standard in the past 5 minutes. Here's Black, and that's a good ball inside Dougie Bell. Great chance for Bell. Can he turn it? And he can. And it was the run, the defensive run of Jim Bett that put him off. The good thing about that defensively is that Bett did not go in for the challenge immediately. He kept running Dougie Bell away to the left and making it increasingly difficult for him to turn that inside. And I think John McDonald is going to come on in place of Cooper. McDonald can only chest it down. Black. Here's Kennedy. Hovering, enticing ball again, and Bett picks it up. Johnson can get in quickly, and now Willie Miller comes forward and is obstructed. Oh, one or two bywards. Just every now and again, players begin to talk to themselves. Peter Weir. Well, that's a good ball. It's the second goal. Mark McGhee. 2-0 for Aberdeen. Sweetly delivered. And a killing finishing touch. That beautiful ball and swept forward with confidence. 2-0. 32 minutes of the second half gone. McDonald. Overdoes it. Oh, brilliant ball. Now, John McMaster. That's the kind of ball he's expert in. Long ball with that left foot of his. Here's Black with the shot. And that must be no, just blocked. Weir turns it round, and a great save at Aberdeen in full flood. And stemmed by that tall, craggy figure, Peter McCloy. Deeply inside, Neil Simpson tries to go on the run. And away goes Redford. On to John McDonald. Pushing down. Oh, that was a head. But right on, and there's going to be fury, and the referee has disappeared and is fighting. was alarming for a moment. And it's still going on, would you believe? I mean, for heaven's sake, can't they have any sense? The referee is dwarfed by all this. And something ought to come out of all that. Even the linesmen had to come on and try and sort things out. So, if the referee saw that, then he must have seen John McDonald using his head. That is a very tense group across there waiting the decision of the referee. Well, they're looking for McGhee. A chance, and John McDonald has been sent off. Rangers haven't been able to play anything remotely near this kind of Aberdeen football. Stevens, free kick. Free kick to Aberdeen. Very quickly and cutely taken by McMaster to Weir. Good looking ball again, and a tough pad from Rougvie. The big man, luxuriating in his height and presence in the penalty area. Weir attacking McKinnon. Dawson went there as well. Rougvie. Back he goes into the penalty area. Great run by Rougvie. What's the finishing line? Oh! Well, he's been an additional striker for Aberdeen.
Well, Aberdeen won with an ease which the score quite simply belies. Their much publicised trip to Spain certainly did them no harm, but in all honesty, they won because they occupy a standard which Rangers come nowhere near. It was one of the game's ironies that but for that elastic leap by Leighton, which would have done justice to a trampolinist, Rangers would have got back to level terms, but at no stage did they look capable of beating Aberdeen. Now, on this programme before, I praised the individual abilities of certain Aberdeen players, but today I would reserve special mention for a man who doesn't get his fair share, it seems to me, Doug Rougvie, who took his chance that many a striker would have missed, and as you saw near the end, was as big a threat to Rangers as anybody in a talented Aberdeen side in which Miller and McLeish hardly broke sweat. Rangers, well, they were no better or worse than when I saw them a fortnight ago, which means that mediocrity is now apparently their norm. Again, they had legions supporting them yesterday, and their presence and loyalty deserves much more than they're getting. Sometimes you can get away with lack of class if you have resolve, conviction, determination, spirit, call it what you like. But Rangers at the moment have none of these qualities. Some players seem simply to be going through the motions, and that's doing the manager no good at all. Unless Rangers have a massive rethink about how they can get the best out of their available squad,